Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix playthrough. It is time for us to continue on our final session of wrapping up everything that Aqua can possibly do before the end of her story. I mean, it's not technically everything Aqua could do, because everything would include completely beating all of the Mirage Arena, and we're not going to do that because, you know, we've done some of it but not all of it, and that's just not going to happen. But this is going to be the last clean-up part of the main story of the game. The main gist of this is just going to be going through and taking on the remaining unversed challenges and aiming, if at all possible, to get 3 stars in all of them, which is quite exciting. I did choose a particularly terrible place to land in the Dorklands. Like, truly terrible place to land, because I've now got to go through the entirety of the rest of the area in order to get to where the unversed challenge is. But on the plus side, that does mean that I get to kill more unversed, which in turn means that I'm going to be closer and closer and closer to getting Aqua's final finish command. So even though it means that this lasts a bit longer, it does mean that in the end I'm going to get what I wanted anyway. So success either way in my book. And also we get to level up more commands, which is also fun. And there's that Mega Flare putting in the work. It's when you're in fights like that where just you've got so many enemies around you and you just decimate all of them at once, that it is at its most satisfying. It's great. But yes, the unversed challenge that we are aiming for is in the underground waterway. And I'm kind of looking around going, where is it? Because I can't remember where it is. But where it is just in front of the doorway to the kind of big dungeon area. But before we get to that point, we will obviously murder all of these guys, because why the hell would we not? But there we go, that is where the delightful thing is sitting. Now, what I would definitely recommend before going into this is ensuring that you have a command deck that is just filled to the brim with cures and curers and the odd fire attack. As you can see, I have set up here, because basically the way that this works is you've got to hit the vitality vial in order to get some health back, but you kind of can't really stick in it without actually, you know, getting some hits in on him. You want to have some cures for the times where, you know, he runs away a little bit too much. And then the fires are basically there to get him to stay in place long enough for you to get close enough to him to be able to beat him down. And I believe that in order to get 3 stars, you need to get, I think it's about maybe 1 minute 30 on the timer in order to get that 3 star. Which, I mean, I have to say, this is not an easy unversed challenge. I actually did find it quite difficult until I made sure that I had the right command deck set up. And it is just because you go through health so quickly in this, because you're just completely poisoned and it just keeps beating you down. And I mean, just look at how much health it takes out of Aqua. It's insane. Thankfully, a few hits of the vitality vial, or whatever the hell he's called, does kind of take him down quite a bit quicker than... well, it ups your health more than enough to last for a bit longer. And, oh, we got to level 40! I'll happily take that. I think what I decided to go for at this point was, you know what, I'm going to try and hit 2 minutes. It might be that 2 minutes is the 3-star goal. I'm not really all that sure. It's been a while since I've looked at all the facts and figures around it, but either way, we survived for over 2 minutes, and you know what? I think that is more than enough. I'm pretty sure... I guess we're going for 2 minutes 30 then. Oh, no, yeah, just needed to get over 2 minutes. But there we go, 3-star perfecto. Definitely didn't take me more than a few tries. Definitely not. And, yeah, now all we need to do is just head on right to the next world. I know for a fact that we have got deep space to go. That's definitely on the list. I know that we do technically have Keyblade Graveyard, but we're not actually going to do Keyblade Graveyard because we can't do that until we've beaten Aqua's story, which is really annoying. I wish you could actually, you know, do it before then, but hey, these things happen. And, oh, we've got another new command. Please let it be good. Okay, it's not going to be as exciting. Oh no, this one should be quite exciting, I think. Come on. Give me something good, please. Transcendence. Now, I believe that this is effectively Aqua's most powerful special magic attack. And it is pretty awesome to witness. But yes, there we go, that's all of the attacks, all of the magic. We're slowly but surely working our way through all the friendship stuff. All the dimension links are sorted. In terms of abilities, we're still missing a few. Finished commands, we're still missing quite a few. But it's okay. Because, you see, this is the whole thing with, whenever I say it's a playthrough, it means that I can, you know, I can get as much as I like, but I don't actually have to follow through with getting everything. Otherwise, I could be here forever doing this sort of stuff, and really, at this point, I can't even be bothered. I love myself some Kingdom Hearts, I really do. To the point where I may be doing Kingdom Hearts stuff for the foreseeable future. Which you may look and think, how? You will see. You will see, and you will hopefully enjoy it all. But it is time for our next Unversed challenge, which is in Disney Town! And there's Transcendence. It looks pretty awesome, and yeah, I do like using it, but as you can see, it is only really useful on massive groups of enemies, and outside of that, it's kind of a bit pants. It's the whole thing with a lot of these bigger attacks. They're useful on big groups, but when you get a single difficult target, not as useful. Ooh! We finally pulled out Sky Climber, and I just want to make sure that I, you know, can use this thing's finish command. That would be quite nice. Please give me enough enemies to. Oh god. Are you gonna? Okay. So, yeah, using commands is what's going to help you sink into the ground a little bit. But, annoyingly, I don't think that there are actually going to be enough enemies around here for me to be able to pull off the finale of this, which is really irritating. Like, just give me that finish command on this command style, because I haven't used it at all yet, and it's pretty fun. I will manage to pull off a finish with Sky Climber at some point, but it is not coming today, or at least it's not coming right now, for definite. Because there are no more enemies to kill off, and it's just like, really? But it is time for us to take on this fella. There's a difficult challenge with this. Basically, you have got to hit the correct pod, and basically it's kind of difficult to tell which one is the correct pod. I think you sort of got to tell as you're running towards it. You can see which way it darts off. Basically, if you end up hitting a correct one, then you I don't think you lose any minutes, but for every fake one that you hit, you lose 5 seconds off your timer. So the goal is that you just want to get the right one every single time, and what's really infuriating is that you need to get a total of 40 of the buggers. Thankfully, killing the main one does kill all the others, so that's pretty much how you succeed in getting that high. But your greatest challenge is identifying the real one, and then, you know, not actually failing to hit everything else. But there we go, we made it to 245. I think you just need to get over 40 in order to get the 3-star. But we got 45, and that's definitely a 3-star, so success. We get the Illusion R. And that is really satisfying. Now, just going to need to run over to the next world, which I strongly believe is going to be the light that is deep space. And then I think that the only Unversed challenge that we will have left after that is in Neverland. So we've only got kind of 2 Unversed challenges left that we can deal with, and then it'll just be a case of me slowly but surely realising that I can't do the Unversed challenge in Keyblade Graveyard, and crying into my controller. Yeah, that was not a satisfying moment when I realised that. I was just like, no. It was so close. And here I'm just going, why won't you let me create a restore barrier? I want my restore barrier. Little realising that what I needed to do was just boot, well, get another barrier, and then I'd be able to do it. It's an annoying little bug that Birth by Sleep has, which I wish it didn't, but there we go. Now it is time to take on the gluttonous goo once again, but this time we are actually going to succeed in beating him the hell down. Basically, the tactic that you want to go through is block against the Blighter, and because you get the delightful barrier blast, whatever it is, doing that effectively just completely nullifies anything he can do to you, and you do swipe up a nice amount of orbs at the same time. The only issue is that if you accidentally happen to screw up, like you don't get your timing down, then he will come in to attack you, and it is not fun. Because things like that happen, and in order to get the 3-star, you need to get over 90. And you've got to have over 90 at the end of the fight, and obviously it lasts a while. And that's just not fun. And so now we have 91. So basically, I have got to try and keep this for the next 40 seconds. I mean, part of me was a little bit greedy and going, I want 100. And yeah, this is definitely my least favourite of the Unversed challenges because it is just so reliant on blocking to really stand much of a chance. And when you do, it sometimes goes against you in terms of managing to achieve that. But thankfully, we got 97, and that's definitely a 3-star rank, thank God. But yeah, that one's quite a challenge, and it's not nearly as fun as the others, because it does last such a long time, and I would not want to do that with anybody other than Aqua, because, like, my God, it'd be infuriating. And I can't believe they blooming beat me out of Raging Storm, the blighters. Now, please, 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 can I have enough enemies to murder that I can pull off Sky Climber? Because I really, really want to see its finish. That would be nice. Well, at least, oh good, Transcendence did the job. So yes, this is Sky Climber, and yeah, it's pretty fun to do. Just flinging enemies up in the air and then whacking them down while you surf on your Keyblade. It's great fun. And that's a lot of little guys, but one good old Mega Flare. They are no more. So yeah, worked out quite nicely. We've leveled up quite a few things to fully leveled up to get those commands sorted. So we can now get rid of Raging Storm, because while it is fun to use and quite useful, it's not going to be doing as much use at any point after this. So I would much rather put in another command or another 2 commands that are actually going to do me some good, maybe unlock me something or other. Also, I still cannot get over how many Confusion Strikes I have in my in my bank. It's just like, what? Why do I have that many? But hey, this happens. So yeah, just a full deck of magic, and then are we going for that Sonic Blade goodness? No, we're going for Magic Arrow instead, but that was stupid because it means that I have lost my Kiraga, which I definitely need. Okay, Thunder Surge. It's a good safe bet, that one. So yes, that last finish command we aren't getting until the after. Well, until the post-game, which can be maybe a little bit annoying, but hey, that's not too bad. I did just go into here because I was just like, can you just stop showing me new on that, please? Because whenever I see the new, I'm just like, oh, no, it sets off some sort of OCD tick in my head just to go, no, I am done, this is not new, why do I need to read you, sod off. It makes me feel like I have to read it, and I don't, but I do. And yeah. But now we're going to have to get a well, switch up our deck, because we need 3 different types of magic. We need thunder, we need fire, and we need blizzard. Because that is entirely what the next Unversed challenge relates to. the key thing that you want is you want to make sure that you do have Fire Wheel equipped. If you are playing Ven, then it would be Thunder Roll, and for Terror I would assume it would be Ice Slide. Basically the whole gist of this is you've got this element Crusher, or whatever the hell it was, and you need to hit him with the relevant magic spell as to what is in the middle. So as you can see right now he's fire, now he's moved to ice, so you need to blizzard him. Pretty much the main thing that you will want to do is probably have like some weaker magic attacks in there so that, you know, they recharge a bit faster, so you might be able to get like 2 hits in during one cycle. And then when they switch over to the element that your dodging maneuver is, that's when you go in and just go ham in terms of trying to get as many hits on the guy as is humanly possible. I can't remember exactly the total that you need to get to in order to get the 3-star. I believe it might be 50. Which I think we can pretty safely get, if you ask me. Like, just that Fire Wheel goodness really, really, really does help in terms of getting some damn good scores in here.
Heal. Freeze. Thunder.
So yeah, I probably could have gotten a bit higher if I had a few more of me elemental attacks in there that weren't just one-shots, but does it really matter? Because as you can see, we managed to get over 80 hits. Over 90 hits on this guy. And at that point, like, 3-star ahoy, like, my god. And that is all of the unversed challenges that we can actually take on at this moment in time, which makes me feel really successful. Like, I feel like I have accomplished something. Obviously I never would have been able to do that in the original Birthplace League because the inverse challenges didn't exist. They didn't come in until Final Mix. So that's the first time that I've ever taken them down, and I'm really proud of that. There is another thing that I'll be quite proud of when I do go and, you know, actually pull it off, but that is another, well, a couple of things actually, but they're also post-game. Now all that is left for us to do is head on back to the Keyblade Graveyard to realise that I can't do what I think I'm able to do. Which, as I'm sure you can imagine, makes me really, really, really sad. But fingers crossed, in the journey, we may or may not unlock Aqua's final finish command. I believe that would be quite nice if we could achieve that. So, please? Like, pretty please? Be nice? But yeah, so when I recorded this, I thought that I could go and beat up the Unversed Challenge right now in Keyblade Graveyard, but yeah, it was only after going through this that I was just like, oh, to actually finish this, well, actually to play it, I have to be out the story first. Lovely. But hey, sometimes you need to do these things before you will learn how it all works. It's the whole gist of playing things that you've not played before. Obviously, I've played Birth by Sleep before, but having never played Final Mix, it's just that experiencing new things where you go, oh, this, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is quite exciting. And, oh yeah, full on Mega Flare. Magic Hour is going to be pretty useless for me throughout this, so yeah, let's get in that Time Splicer. And did I not fully level up the XP Walker? Did I seriously not do that? What is wrong with me, if that is the case? Like, that's a really helpful ability to have. I could have leveled up even more. Bloody hell. It sounds like this where you look back at your past self and just go, what were you thinking? Because, like, the logic in it just doesn't make any sense. Oh well. We still get some fun murder to take place of all these unversed. And, basically, the next 3 parts are the finale of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, which I am really quite excited to play through, because they are really, really, well, just in general, it's a really awesome end to the game, and I love it. Now, pretty please, can I unlock me a final finisher before I, go take down Xehanort, although Aqua doesn't really get to take on Xehanort at all, which sucks because, I think Aqua's probably the only one who would actually be able to take on Xehanort and win of the 3, because clearly Terra completely buggered it up. And Ven was a bit busy beating up Vanitas. So, yeah. But yes, we are about to get the moment of realization. As I turn the corner and, Inverse challenge, where are you? Oh god, you do not turn up until the game is beaten. Well, I mean, it doesn't turn up until the world is beaten. The same with, I'm pretty sure, all of the other worlds in the game. But obviously, to beat the Keyblade Graveyard, you need to beat the game. So, yeah. And I tried cartwheeling away. I was not fast enough. You need the super glide, otherwise you are definitely not going to be fast enough to get through these things. The twisters just come at you like there is no tomorrow. And that was a complete waste of time for myself, but hey, it looks cool. Although obviously not too impressed that it put me into Ghost Drive. I believe I've said already that I like the idea of Ghost Drive, and I seem to recall having more fun with it when I played it the first time. But right now, with this, with better command styles and a more mature grasp of how the game works, I'm kind of just like, yeah, Ghost Drive, you're not doing it for me. I'd like to actually, hit the enemies that you're teleporting me towards, rather than trying to teleport around them. It's quite nice. Now that is not something that I had spotted before. It's actually Aqua's magic pulse attack can, particularly in level 4, it can whack enemies' attacks back at them like a barrier, which is great. I love that it can do that. Multi-purpose finish commands. Don't you just love them? Time Splicer, could you actually, teleport me over there towards where the enemy actually is? Be nice. Oh well. Can only do so much with these things. But yes, with that, our run through the Twister Trench is it's pretty much over. Like I'm more than ready to be done. Might do a few more battles. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But next time, we finish Aqua's story once and for all. Let's go.